appreciate Kim and the community for hosting us and enjoyed a meal in the community. So I'm Richard Chapman, the President and CEO of the Current Economic Development Corporation, and let's go around the room. So we pretty much know everybody, but of course the City Manager Ridgecrest, Ron.
Ron Strand, City of Ridgecrest.
Corey Costello, Assistant City Manager, City of Tehachapi.
Aaron Development, Bakersfield, and I do business in a lot of business in California since 1961, and I'm developing all the property around the golf course over there. And I also do short-term construction loans. I think we have about 12 going in California City right now. I am not a builder, so don't get me mixed up with those guys. I just finance the builders to build houses and apartments and small commercial buildings. And it's nice to be here. It's nice to be anywhere because in 2 months I'm having a big day. In 2 months I'll be 96. What?
Where's the party?
Wherever, and I'll bring the bottle.
Karen Macedonia, East Kern Healthcare District.
Jane Riding, California City.
Shelley White, Edwards Air Force Base, small business.
Karen Sanders, District 2, Kern County, East Kern Representative.
Natalie Willis, Common Sense Consulting. I represent Hydrostore and the Pacific Steel Group.
Kelly Bearden, CSU Bakersfield Small Business Development Center.
You were skipped. I was trying to avoid it.
Kim Domingo, Rosamond Community Services District.
Hi, Drew Mercy with Antelope Valley Edge for the Regional Economic Development Organization for North LA County, and we also work here in Southeast Kern.
Joel McKay, Chairman of RMAC.
Brandon Coy, Southern Kern Unified School District board member, which is Rosamond.
Cal Rossi, Southern California Edison.
Keely Ransom, Anacapa Engineering.
Jessica Lozano from Also One Federal Credit Union.
Peter Burley, CSUB, CDI.
Devin Johnson, CSUB, Manager of Development for Antelope Valley.
Michael Davies, City of Tehachapi, serving as the mayor.
Craig Garrett, Tehachapi City Manager.
Amanda Ortiz, I'm with the Rosamond News.
Jennifer Ricketts, and I'm from the City of Ridgecrest.
Nicole Griffin, Dean of CTE at Saracoso Community College.
Good afternoon, folks. Rick Webb, Director, Rosamond Community Services District.
Alfred Wallace, Director, Rosamond Community Service District.
Neil Meeks with Current EDC.
Byron Glenn, Rosamond Community Service District. I'm here to make sure these two guys don't goof up.
Good luck.
Dave Solomon, help out with communications for Rosamond Community Services District.
Great, thank you, Kim. Ready for the Rosamond update? Take it away.
Byron, did you want to give the update or do you want me to do it? Okay. Well, Rosamond is definitely on the verge of growing even more. We are probably connecting 70 new connections every year, it seems like, and a few big developments coming to the horizon. So we're excited about that, but also scared about that. So because it's tough to stay ahead of development and also meet state regulations, which are a challenge. But other than that, I don't have anything else. Other than we're making water at our wastewater plant and getting credit for it with the water master. So we are being successful in that.
I did want to say one thing about our workers here. On the 4th of July, my next door neighbor came and told me there was a water leak in the road right out in front of her house, and I went and looked, and there was. Of course, nobody was working on the 4th of July, but I called the man in charge, John Houghton, and he had somebody come over and look at it, and they tagged it, and it's been fixed. It's amazing how quick, they didn't do it on the 4th of July, but it wasn't a bad week. We have great employees at Rose Community Service District, and I really appreciate being on the board. What's next?
Okay, great. Thank you. So I'll give our current EDC report, and then I'll have Drew speak. So a couple of things. I just want to actually have some handouts. Save the date for the Kern County Energy Summit is October the 24th in Bakersfield at the Marriott. It'll be our 18th annual. Many of you were there last year. I think it was pretty, by all the attendees I talked to, the best ever. And of course, we try to top every year, raise the bar. And of course, we have Hydro Store, a significant part of it. Many energy companies, renewable energy and oil and gas companies, of course, Kern is very well represented. So we're putting together the program, but it will be the morning of the 24th. And I hope you all can attend. And again, it's all about all types of energy. We call it all inclusive, right? We are one of the top oil and gas counties in the country. I think we're 13th, 14th. Previously we're first, but we are 14th. But we also have, looking at stats, we are the #1 renewable energy county in the country. And you look at that with the wind, solar, and storage. And so it's going to be a great, I believe, morning of telling the story of how Kern County powers not just the region, state, country, and also just kind of a call to action about how, this industry creates upward mobility and how we need, frankly, even in terms of regulatory, a degree of certainty, reliability, and clarity. How do we, all these new projects coming down the pike, carbon capture, storage, et cetera, how that investment goes where there's a certain degree of certainty. So I think we're at 20,000 megawatts now, renewable energy, pretty amazing. So hope you all can attend that. I also have thank you. We have a advanced manufacturing fact sheet. It is back and front, and it's a significant number of projects here in East Kern. I know we're gonna add some, okay, those don't bounce. But I know we'll add some like Pacific Steel, but we have aerospace, we have aggregate, we have food processing, plastics, and so we really want to make sure that even our residents, obviously state and others, know about the types of manufacturing activities that occur in Kern County. So take a look at that. We have the PDF available if you need it. Again, on the back, you'll see, back or front, I guess it's not page numbered, the companies. There are many more companies, but we just basically picked about 6 per sector. And so really proud to help tell the story of that vital sector. Hopefully you've seen the show that we do where business is boundless. I know we've had Strata Launch, Hydro Store, Pacific Steel. We have Friday, many of you may not know, we have the world's largest water ski tournament coming to Kern County. Karen, do you water ski?
When I was a kid.
Okay.
I have dreams of those years.
Okay. I just remember Fonzie jumping the shark, but I may age myself. But we have over 500 competitors coming, basically in Arvin area, largest in the world. Think about that. So, but moving forward, companies in East Kern, I would love to have them come on the show. We tape it twice a month, and we get about 10,000 viewers. It's on KGT. I know we stream it, or if you get, I think Tehachapi gets KGT, right? But not so much easier. But we do have it streaming on the website, and we push it out. So again, we want to help tell the stories of the incredible projects that are currently here or coming to Kern County. And then also I have we have our annual dinner coming up. We moved it. It used to be in June. One time it was 114 degrees. Not a good day to hang out by the river. but that will be in September, September 12th. So I have some copies of our market review. The new one will come out in about 2 months, but thank you, and thanks for your support and for coming today. Drew, do you have a update?
We've got a few things coming up. We've got a few events coming up for AV Edge. Just want to let you know about. July 31st, in 2 weeks, we are having our broker developer mixer down in Palmdale. So it's an opportunity for real estate professionals, developers, those in that community would like to come meet, mingle. We're going to have some representatives from the LA County, Lancaster, Palmdale side talking about some of the big projects they're working on. The next day, August 1st, will be our board installation. So if you'd like to come have dinner, have a little fun, we'll be doing that at the Antelope Valley Fairgrounds. And let's see, looking ahead, as many of you are part of that B3K coordinating group on aerospace workforce development, we've kind of we're taking the ball for our portion of that, those tasks in terms of housing and in particular placemaking, and we realize we need to market to ourselves, to some of these newer employees coming in, about why this is a great community to live in. So we started working with the Lancaster and Palmdale tourism bureaus. We'd like to work with East Kern and putting things together to show people all that there is to do and have out here as residents.
Kelly, SBDC.
Well, good afternoon. I'm Kelly Bearden with the CSU Bakersfield Small Business Development Center. And for those of you that don't know, we do cover all of Kern County. And since it's not big enough, our funders decided to give us Inyo and Mono County. So we know rural really well. And actually 10 days ago, we were in Eastern Sierra and we did one of our 3 events that we do annually called our Capital Summits. At the Small Business Development Center, we've found that the #1 inquiry that's affecting small business is access to capital. So we host 3 events. Typically, we host one in Bakersfield, one in East Kern, and one in Eastern Sierra. And ours in East Kern will be in the wintertime. So stay posted, and Ronnie will be in Ridgecrest. So we have hosted those in Tehachapi, Cal City, and other areas in East Kern in the past. But what they are is they're designed to bring your small businesses and your entrepreneurs, anybody who has an idea to start a business 20 minutes ago who's been in business for 20 years. So with that, we work with trying to find anything from $5,000 to $10 million worth of capital. And so the event that we hosted in Eastern Sierra was live there, but we also streamed it online at the same time, concurrently, and then it'll also be available on our CSUB SBDC YouTube channel. And that should be up in just a matter of days. So we hope to have that available real soon. Another good thing that's happening is we're continuing to do our webinar series, and yesterday we had a new lender source. It was actually TMC Capital, who specializes in micro loans, and those are between $5,000 and $50,000. So it's always nice to bring in a statewide lender when sometimes we can't meet their needs locally. And lastly, we had a business that we recognized back on May 15th throughout our entire Central California region. So that goes from the Pacific Ocean to the state of California, to the top of the San Joaquin Valley, to the Grapevine, including, of course, Rosamond. And so our business had its actually origins in East Kern. It grew and started out on a trailer in a driveway in Tehachapi, moved to the garage, and then actually moved down to Bakersfield when they got, and they did that basically to get closer to their employees and also to their actual customers. But it is United Pipe Fabrication, a manufacturing company that now occupies about 20,000 square feet. And they employ several dozen people with very high-paying positions. And in the 13 years we've provided assistance to them, we've seen them literally leave the garage in Tehachapi and then actually get to a point to where they're almost outgrown their 20,000 square foot manufacturing facility. So in honoring small business this year in May, that was our award winner with roots in East Kern. So thank you. Who's next, Richard? I'll pass the baton.
We have District, that's Cody here. Karen,
We'll just all stay over here on this side of the room. So Kern County, District 2, I'm the East Kern representative, and Jim Damian was kind enough to send me some information regarding economic development in Kern County, specifically East Kern, obviously. There is a $500,000 grant that was awarded to essentially the Kern River Valley area. They're having a kickoff event tomorrow, and that's going to be some good stuff, I guess, going on over there in District 1. There has been a $250,000 grant to support immigrants who are here to achieve the American dream. And I do have links for these if you're interested in learning more about those. The Kern County Economic Development Dashboard is still in the beta testing phase, but it is something that's going to be very helpful for entrepreneurs. And then there is a Visit Kern County campaign that will be tapping into promoting wine, off-highway vehicle recreation, festivals, hiking, with East Kern being a big focus of that. And he gave me a little piece of information that I want to share with you, and he said this isn't official, and he said I could tease you with it. But I really don't like teasing people, so it's not official, but there's a federal appropriation that is for about $2 million per year to support aerospace in East Kern, and the county will be pursuing that. So I think that's good news.
Okay. Goodness, there we go. All right, couple things first on the new business side. Those are always fun to chat about. After, 5 or so years of sort of telling our story, we did finally get our tenant improvement application for Jersey Mike's location, which is taking over what was an old Radio Shack. And yes, we did have a Radio Shack way after like the company actually closed. They were still open. They sold a couple years ago and moved it out of the city and then closed abruptly after that. But great prime piece of real estate, corner Tucker and Valley Boulevard. And so Jersey Mike's had their eye on it, and after a few years of convincing them, they have started that process for their building permits. So excited about that. Got another corporate brand we've been working on that's going to be announced soon, hopefully as well. Small business openings continue to be strong. You know, a couple open, one closes, a few more open, and so we're really excited those keep getting some of the retail vacancies filled slowly, but it's happening. Some fiscal year-end totals just on the real estate side as we kind of prepared. Obviously, everybody got their budgets done recently. We're putting together some budget documents, and we like to sort of tell an economic story in our budget every year, and that includes housing. So the median home price actually stayed the same 2 years in a row, which is to be expected. Interest rates didn't go down like a lot of folks anticipated, but sales are still happening. But the median price did stay at $397 this past year, or it's actually $390, and the average price, which was the same as the year before, average price was at $402, a slight increase there. Some of the home builders like K-Home Nanny are selling a higher price product, so that's changing the average price a little bit. They're actually wrapping up their current project, and they've got another one they're going to start nearby, and they're really desperate to sort of stay in Tehachapi. They've got some stuff happening here in Rosamond, so I think they'd like to have the sort of East Kern pipeline going with supplies and contractors and that sort of thing. So we're looking for some continuous sites to build in Tehachapi, some blue top lots that have been developed, and they're looking for that. So hopefully that'll continue. We just got done completing a big parks and recreation study. So some of you might not know, Tehachapi's got several different communities that are the city, and then several outside that are different community service districts. And some of us are part of the Tehachapi Valley Recreation and Park District, separate entity from the city, but we're in that special district. But then a few of the other CSDs have their own parks and rec, and we just needed to kind of, as the city got into the recreation game a bit, we just got done building new pickleball courts and a new Clean California grant-funded park which included the county's first public five-a-side soccer field, both huge hits. And so we kind of got into the recreation facilities game. We had parks in the past, but never actually a rec facility. So we wanted to figure out who's got what. We've got an area of about 40,000 people and 3 different recreation entities, and then a couple other government entities that own facilities. So what are we all doing? So we put together, instead of doing a consultant, I just did it. And we work with all the partners though. They submitted information, and we put together a really good study, presented to City Council a few weeks ago. I'm going to be presenting to the Golden Hills Community Service District on July 18th, as we're just trying to find ways to work together better, utilizing everybody's facilities, because most of the residents don't understand why they're paying more to do one league because they're involved in another district, that sort of thing. So trying to just figure out more options for everybody moving forward, because none of the recreation entities are funded very well, and so they're all kind of trying to do their own thing. So trying to figure out better collaboration there. So that was a good study, and we're moving forward with some of the recommendations of that. Our special events, Farmers Market's been going for a little over a month now, every Thursday, and it's getting about 1,600 to 2,000 people a week, so it's a pretty solid turnout. July 4th, got done with that. I don't know how many folks there were, but another successful July 4th event full of festivities. Of course, we have Mountain Festival coming up next month. The city's going to attempt to put on our Green Street Get Down concert again. Last year, of course, we had that thing called Tropical Storm Hillary that came through and washed out the second day of Mountain Festival and the evening events of Saturday due to the 12 inches of rain we got in that 12-hour period. So we're going to attempt that again. It'll be a free concert downtown on Green Street under the lights that we're going to be doing there as well. So those are things to look forward to in the summer. Apple Festival happened in September, so we're still in the midst of special events. We've actually hired additional people inside of both Public Works and the communications and community engagement side that just handle special events. Because we have so many either applying, not events we're putting on, that other people are that need city approvals, permits, and that sort of thing. And then of course the support that our Public Works staff has for those as well. So we're trying to make sure that those are all taken care of, because they are a big economic driver for us. Real quick, I know a lot of you saw this. It was something that our city council and others were pushing. The League of California Cities was advocating against it, but the California Supreme Court decision regarding the Taxpayer Protection and Government Accountability Act, which the opponents called the corporate tax trick, or the Taxpayer Deception Act, was ruled to be unconstitutional by the California Supreme Court, couldn't be on the ballot. That was going to impact how any of us, whether it was a city, CST, were going to be able to collect fees. Fees were going to be considered taxes, which meant everything needed a 2/3 vote, including a use fee. If you had a rec center and you wanted to charge $3 instead of $2 to use it, that had to go to a vote. It would have just pretty much crippled local governments, would have put into question some previously approved sales tax measures, including the one we had done in November of 22, because if you didn't have a definitive sunset date, they were going to challenge it, which would have been costly. So it was a big relief, and it was one of the few times I think that we actually a lot of folks were in step, especially in Kern County, with the governor's office, because they were the ones who filed the lawsuit to stop this. And so they were successful because they were trying to illegally revise the Constitution and not amend it. You can amend the state Constitution via ballot initiative, but you can't revise it. And this was a clear revision. So that was a big victory. It would have really impacted, I think, everybody's ability to collect the fees paid for by developers specifically. So that was kind of a sigh of relief, and that will not be on the November ballot. So other than that, that's what's happening in Tehachapi. So who's next? Ridgecrest, perfect.
Great. Ron Strand, City of Ridgecrest, City Manager. This year, or actually this month, was our 5-year anniversary of the big 2 earthquakes we had in Ridgecrest that caused a significant amount of damage to our number 1 employer, China Lake Naval Weapons Center. Currently, they are beginning to wind down construction. We'll see most of the buildings completed by the end of 24, and then most of the internal stuff, the scientific equipment, will then be installed in 25. So this will make China Lake Naval Weapons Center probably the number 1 research, development, and test area in the world when it comes to what they do. So for our economic future for that puts us in place for the next 50 years. The testing they do out there, they can do no place else. And now with all the advanced technology they have out there, the new buildings and new capacities, things are looking quite well for them and for us. We have a significant number of capital improvement projects underway. We have our 90% design plans done on our new $100 million wastewater facility that's located on the installation. That facility was built about 80 years ago in 1943. It actually had some old parts from Battleship that are still part of the facility. So we're 90% design on that. We have two major park repairs that we're doing. One is a Clean California grant, but it also has a lot of our ARPA funds in it. So we're rehabbing a lot of fields, we're putting new bathrooms in, walking path. We're also gonna build a brand new pool. Back about 7-8 years ago, we had to close our old pool due to some ADA issues and a lawsuit. We're now going to build a 3-pool complex that has a competitive pool, CIF, kiddie pool, and then a therapy pool. So we're 90% design on that. In fact, we should be selecting a company to demo the old pool complex next Wednesday. So we're well on our way with that. So that's really good. The college is doing another rehab or construction out at their sports fields. So they're putting some new amenities out there. We're also looking at, as part of the Sigma and the Groundwater Authority, it looks like we're going to get a $150 million WRDA grant to put a water infrastructure pipeline from AVEC, Rosamond, to the Ridgecrest area. Obviously, we're a critically overdrafted basin, and we've been working on that for about 7 years. As some of you know, over the years, we had entered into a municipal services agreement with the Shoshone tribe to put a casino on Ridgecrest. For us, it was quite a divisive issue in the community. For a variety of reasons, the tribe could not purchase land within the city, but here this last week, acquired some land in Indian at 395 and 178. They've taken 20 acres into federal trust, so they're looking to move forward to build a casino out there. Good for the city. It should be able to bring some entertainment amenities to the valley, but in all fairness, or in all practicality, we're not going to have the negatives of it. We're not going to have the potential issues that come with the casino. So that's looking forward to that coming along. Some of the other things we've been dealing with, we've had some issues with the Ridgecrest Regional Hospital here 3 or 4 months ago. They closed their labor delivery. I know that our congressional folks, both from the feds and the state, as well as the Navy, are working real diligent to try and find a way of getting the hospital back physically secure. There's about 8-9 reasons why they're having some issues. It is looking positive that they can get back into financial health and maybe reopen some of the services that they've taken away. Time will tell, but overall, things are going very well in town. We have a lot of construction projects going on, and things are looking up. We have some businesses still coming in. We have Ross, Jersey Mike's, and Habit that should be opening here by Christmas time. So that's some new amenities in the town. So that's all I have. And I want to introduce Jennifer Ricketts. She's our new economic development analyst. So she'll be attending these meetings, and I'll try to get to as many of these as I can.
Thanks, Ron. And Nicole, did you have any Saracosa updates?
Yeah, kind of sticking with Ridgecrest, right?
Do you want to take your final there?
We have some really good events that we're doing. One in Tehachapi this summer called Jumpstart. We have some grant funding that was made available. What it is a career exploration program for our well, actually we're focusing on high school students. The one in Tehachapi starts July 22nd, and it's focused on pre-first responders. So it's a free program. Students applied. We took 30 students. They're going to come to the campus 3 hours a day, Monday through Thursday, and they're going to have hands-on activities. We'll have guest lecturers. We have some field trips planned. So anything related to our fire, police, EMT, and healthcare programs. We're going to highlight those. It's a 3-week program, so we're really excited to launch this. And then to follow that, we're going to bring it to Ridgecrest. And sticking with our initiative on the B3K Aerospace Cluster, we're bringing career exploration to Ridgecrest for STEM and astronomical discovery. So that's our theme over there. That one's going to run from September 16th to September 27th, and it's an after-school program. So we have just had our second planning meeting this morning with the high schools there. That one's going to be really big. We have an amazing guest speaker that we were able to nail down. We have astronaut Michael Lopez Alegria coming to speak. So he's going to speak to the Jumpstart students, but we're going to open it up to the community. That we can hold 400 people in the morning for a lecture from him, and then we're doing open it up and do another one in the evening. And then following that would be our Star Party, which is a big foundation event fundraiser. So big day, that day is on September 27th. So there will be tickets made available to come and attend and listen to his lecture. If you don't know anything about him, he's probably the most traveled astronaut out there. I think he's one flight away from being spending the most time in space. So very, very cool that he's willing to come out and spend some time with us and really just get these kids excited about STEM careers. We are also looking for community participants. This program's only as good, it can only be successful if employers and community partners get involved. It's not about us just sharing about education in our programs, it's about connecting to careers and connecting to the jobs out there. So if you're interested in being a guest lecturer or you know somebody that I should connect with, please let me know. We're still building the program for Ridgecrest's event.
Thanks. It's like a vapor. This thing plug in.
Let the pro head leverage it. Wrong end.
Okay, yeah, and also we have, we had planned to release it this week, but we, part of our Where Business Balance video series that Beacon has done, we did the Triassic Vineyards video, we did Mojave Air and Spaceport Strata Launch, and then China Lake was filmed earlier this year, but there's just one final edit, but the video's a good time with the 5th year anniversary, but accessing China Lake and telling the story of NAWS and learning all the acronyms, right? And you know, one thing amazed me, 50 of the world's first and 2,000 patents have come out of China Lake. So it's about 11-minute episode, so we should be pushing that out early next week. So thank you to the city, the base, the community of Ridgecrest to provide access. So we're really proud of that video. So Mojave, I know that Kate with Strata Launch was just texted me or emailed me that she would be unable to make it, but we have exciting news. She's one of our ambassadors with Mojave. Dr. David Smith is the new CEO, General Manager of the Mojave Air and Spaceport at Rutan Field. Very exciting news. David Smith brings a lot of gravitas. Jester, I think many of us call him. So we're looking forward to collaborating with him. That's an amazing incubator for technology. It's 100 companies, 3,000 employees. Kate also mentioned that, okay, I'm gonna read what she says. Other people may know what this means. We finished our envelope expansion series and achieved a new maximum operating altitude of 35,000 feet. That's amazing. It will allow us to drop the Talon A hypersonic vehicle higher and reach thinner atmosphere that will enable faster speeds. Targeting end of the quarter 3 for first fully reusable Talon A flight. I mean, Greg, I'm sure, coming from the industry knows.
It's gonna go up here, it's gonna go higher, and it's gonna come back.
Kern County about a year ago, and just a funding issue from what we hear. And then finally, she mentioned Representative Vince Vaughn proposal to develop new aerospace advancements in Kern County, moves forward on NASA reauthorization legislation, specifically to the MACH, which stands for Making Advancements in Commercial Hypersonics. Also Mach 1 is what the speed of sound. So, okay, so that's really exciting news coming for that in terms of the hypersonic development, which Strata Launch is committed to. So we also have Natalie. Pacific Steel is in Mojave, any updates on Pacific Steel? You can throw in the Hydro Store too, because it's in the Rosamond report.
Thank you. So I'm actually going to start with Hydro Store. So Richard, first of all, we just wanted to thank you for hosting Hydro Store's CEO on Where Business is Boundless. I hope you guys have been able to see that, but if not, I think
We'll push it out.
you'll push it out. Okay. He really enjoyed being able to talk with you and kind of explain Hydro Store's goals and initiatives. So I do have a few updates to share on Hydro Store's activities and our involvement in the community. So we are strong supporters of Safe Haven Kids League of California, which was recently named Nonprofit of the Year by Assemblyman Racky's office. We're just really proud to be partnering with them, and they do some really great work. Additionally, we are sponsoring the Mojave Gold Rush Days. I think that's going to be October 4th through the 5th, and I don't think Ted or Heather are here from the chamber, but they've been working really hard on that. Hydro Store is also going to be partnering with KEDC again this year for the Kern County Energy Summit, so we're excited to share some new updates when that rolls around. And I just wanted to give kind of an economic benefit recap of the Willow Rock Energy Storage Project. So this is a significant $1.5 billion investment in Kern County, and it has an estimated $500 million impact on the regional economy. So the project is going to create over 700 peak construction jobs with total construction man hours exceeding 2 million. And after construction, we're going to provide up to 40 full-time positions for maintenance and operation. And these are highly skilled jobs, and they're similar to those that you would find in the oil and the gas industry. So this influx of jobs not only stimulates local economic growth, but it also enhances the skill set and career prospects of the local workforce. And just a project timeline update. We're hoping to start construction in the first half of 2025 and then have the project operational by 2030, fingers crossed. And now on to Pacific Steel. So Pacific Steel Group continues to move forward with the development of the Mojave Micro Mill. They have started retaining staff. So some of the former Virgin Galactic staff that was displaced due to the relocation of Virgin's operations out of state have been offered roles with the Pacific Steel Group. So we're really excited to bring those talented individuals on board. This project will generate over $600 million investment in Kern County, as well as roughly 515 construction jobs over 2 years and 400 high-paying permanent jobs. Additionally, the steel industry has a multiplier effect of 5 to 1, which will result in the creation of nearly 1,600 indirect jobs across various industries. So stay tuned, because there's going to be a lot more to come from both companies.
Great. I saw too that there was on Hydro Store, the Energy Commission is allowing them to keep some of the proprietary information proprietary and not put it all out.
You saw what John Cox
yeah,
said.
so that was a very good step for them, I guess.
Definitely is.
Thanks, Alex. Yeah, and Kurt did a great job of explaining what compressed energy air storage, right? So I learned a lot of new terms there. So that's exciting. Thank you. And the multiplier too is really important to communicate. California City. Anybody? Okay. Well, let's go now. Fun part, another exciting segment is let's go around. We have various companies, organizations in the room to give updates. So let's see. Edwards?
At Edwards, we have a few construction projects that are going to be worth several $1 million. There's the CDC, which is the Child Development Center, is getting a renovation, and we have a warehouse and hazmat contract coming available, and pest control services. Those are all out right now. If you're a small business and can do those jobs and you're registered in SAM.gov, you can go on SAM.gov and propose to those. And if you are a small business and you're not registered in SAM but want to be, you can see me later, and I have some information on how to do that. That's about it.
Great. CSUB. Peter, you want to the updates, I'm sure.
Hi everyone, like I said before, I'm Peter Burley from CSUB, our Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation. Really only a couple quick updates. We just finished our fifth Venture Accelerator cohort. This is the end of year 2 now. Our Venture Accelerator is open to all members of the Kern community. If you'd like to know more about that, please come and see me after the meeting. I would love to talk your ear off about it. We've also been helping our students in our NSME department, that's Natural Sciences, Mathematics, and Engineering, apply for internships in the aerospace industry in Kern. That's a big focus of ours because there's so much awesome aerospace in this area, and we really want to support our students getting those internships, and we've been having some pretty decent success with that. Again, I would love to talk to you more about that if you're interested. That's about it for me. Devin, anything on your end?
Yeah, sure.
So over the main campus, we are starting our doctorate in nursing program this fall. So what that means is that nurses in that program, once they graduate, can prescribe medicine. So it kind of gives a good lift to help to the nurses and doctors out here in Kern County. We also will be starting our electrical and mechanical engineering programs in the next coming year, and that's going to definitely help with job placement here in Kern County. So we're looking to find opportunities for students, whether internships or jobs, to get them going. So if anybody has any leads on those, please talk to me and we can discuss how to get those posted.
Thank you. Great. Anna Kaplan.
Love to hear that you guys are bringing on mechanical and electrical. So I work for Anna Kaplan Engineering. We're an engineering company based out of Bakersfield. We're just shy of 30 engineers and designers. So essentially, if you've got a project that's coming up that's in Kern County that requires a building permit, those are the types of projects that we can work on. The majority of our customer base is either industrial, like industrial manufacturing, energy, whether it's renewable oil and gas, renewable natural gas, biogas, biodiesel, hydrogen, you name it, and then anything building related. So we've been doing a lot of work in the education space. So there's an extra layer of permitting associated with that with the DSA. They're the regulatory environment that does all the school projects. So if you've got a project going on, let's keep engineering in Kern. We can refer architects as well if you want local architects as well. So yeah, got any projects, let me know.
Cal, Rossi, no power update.
Yeah,
It's still on. It's hot, it's still on.
Okay, well, Jessica, on to one. Any new branches?
No, we don't have any new branches yet. I know we've been working in a couple of the communities to try and get something going, but not to my knowledge, we don't have anything going yet. No real huge updates as of right now, just general business. We have our fun promotions going on like we do every summer, we're back to school, and trying to get consumer loans because rates are horrible. Other than that, just the same old, same old. I'm back, that's new.
Your real estate summit. Your real estate summit.
Oh, we do, thanks Corey. We have a pre-approval home buyer workshop coming up on July 24th. I just sent it to you. Yeah, it's free to the community. We're inviting everybody. It should be great. And there's gonna be snacks, lots of learning, and pre-approval home buyer workshop.
Great. Thank you, Doug. Thanks for coming up from Silicon Valley.
Thank you. My thermometer says it's 45 centigrade, which is 100, is that true? 120 degrees?
Where's your thermometer?
In my car. That's where it's gonna stay. Anyway, I'm Doug Wardman, I'm in California Manufacturing Technology. And I have one piece of good news. A lot of the work that we do, we subsidize it using funds from the state of California and the federal government. We have our own ATP fund. We have a large fund from GoBiz. And with the budget cuts, we were told is disappearing. Well, that's been reversed. So we just received word maybe a week ago that they've left it in the budget, so we will continue having funding available. We'll continue having able to do relatively low-cost projects for manufacturers here in Kern County, which is where I do a lot of work. Thank you.
Great. Wow, it's not even 3 o'clock. Anyone else like to weigh in?
I can't give you something.
One thing I want to, so next, the next meeting, I believe will be in Mojave. Typically, we meet the second Thursday every other month. September 12th is going to be the day of our EDC annual meeting. So I wanted to ask the communities and the stakeholders, EKEA, if that the 19th would be, or make sure there's not a big date on the calendar to double book. So if you, September 19th. Any nays or abstentions? So that would be good, September 19th, and then also proposal, Greg Garrett, 1:30 p.m. meeting start time. Not a.m., but p.m.
I'll send it to you.
All in favor?
Is the next one Mojave or is it gonna be in Tehachapi?
I believe Mojave, but I'll double check, because I think we were there. The cycle now is every year, since we have 6 meetings a year. So once a year we'll be in each of the communities. So we'll double check. So we'll have, so September 19th works well. Great, and then Doug, is it really 100 and what? We're trying to encourage him to move to Kern County, but I'm sure Simi Valley's a little cooler right now.
Not by much, but
Okay.
actually it is, yes, 90 degrees.
Well, thanks so much, Rosamond, CSD, for hosting us, and everybody drive safely and appreciate your support and commitment. Have a good one.